Welcome back, everybody. Merrill Chandler here, your host of, I love it. Based on what we're talking about today, this really is breaking news so you don't break the bank. First of all, Brainard, the Federal Reserve Board's vice chair, Brainard, Brainard, is saying basically last Friday that digital dollar is the natural evolution of payment systems. So be on the lookout, everybody. We're seriously going to be entering a period over the next max 12 months where the idea being thrown around. Remember, it takes a little bit to catch on, but once there is critical mass, right? Once there is a foment, once the tsunami rises to a certain height, it's just going to crash on itself, and it's going to be natural for us to all be talking about digital currencies. We're a little behind the curve compared to other big banks, Germany especially, but big banks are bringing on digital currencies. At the same time, they have fiat currencies. So, it's kind of like, do you want to choose Coke or Pepsi? But you can have both served at a particular restaurant. Well, that's what's going to be happening as they onboard digital currencies. So one of the things the bank is saying is, given the foundational role of fiat currency, which is our current dollar system, there may be an advantage for future financial stability to have a digital native form of safe central bank money. Now, one of the things we need to remember is this is happening at the same time DeFi is happening. DeFi is decentralized finance. Get it? Oh, there's a massive movement to get currencies, get financial transactions, get the valuation of currencies away from a central bank. So there's no central control, and the two parties establish what the value looks like, right? And it used to be in the 1700s to the early mid 1800s, every state, there were multiple currencies going on at the same time. There were, how we have exchange rates between countries, right? Well, these exchange rates, seriously, no joke, these exchange rates were between Illinois and Indiana state banks, and they would issue their own currencies, or Texas, or Georgia, all of these different banks. If you had a bank, you could, based on what it was like during the early banking years in the 12, 13, and 1400s in Europe, everybody had their own notes, and those notes were in the form of paper notes. And you take those notes, and it shows that you have currencies back in their bank. You'd have gold in their bank, and then those paper notes could be redeemed at different banks. We're kind of headed back there in the DeFi realm, and so watch for it. But part of the evolution in the payment systems to make a digital currency is to keep up with this demand of DeFi. So we've got DeFi and a digital centralized currency going head to head. So we'll see. They are mutually, to a significant degree, they are mutually incompatible. So we're going to watch what happens there. Now, the next thing is that digital credit takes a page from the buy now, pay later loan. So guess what's starting up, you guys? One of the things that made the buy now, pay later loans is that at the point of sale, you were issued the equivalent of credit, because you could say 4 monthly payments. They didn't run your credit card. They didn't check your credit. They didn't evaluate your fundability, but they were all there. They were micro loans, right? Rarely was it in the more than the hundreds. Every once in a while, it would go into the thousands, but it was micro loans. All right. Buy now, pay later. Now, what's happening? Future Pay, an organization, is now launching this month with Cross River Bank, who's an aggressive online marketer, a model that enables e-commerce merchants to give revolving credit. Now, once again, so let's say you go to Nordstrom's and you buy some clothes, and it's buy now, pay later, 4 equal monthly payments of $200 for a total of $800. Let's say. Now, Future Pay is saying, boom, let's give a credit line for $800 so you can keep going back to Nordstrom's and buy, pay it off, charge it, pay it off, charge it, pay it off. Now, all of them have automatic underwriting guidelines, so that's why being fundable is going to be more and more critical over the course of the next 2 to 3 years, especially. Being fundable is what's going to make it a game changer for us, because they are looking at borrower behaviors, even though this is just starting out. So Cross River Bank, in basically in strategic alliance with Future Pay, are now beginning to offer micro credit lines. Now, these are all consumer credit lines. FICO doesn't. I have. I'm meeting next week. I'm meeting with my team at FICO so we can discuss what the ideas are in order to track these micro loans in the regular FICO score. FICO right now does not do anything for the buy now, pay later. They don't keep track of a installment loans until they exceed 6 months. So most of these micro loans, most of these buy now, pay later installment loans are 3 payments, maybe 4 payments over the course of 3 to 4 months. So you heard it here first. Please get fundable. Get your fundability modeling in order, because I'm telling you guys, whether we have a fiat currency, whether we have a digital currency, or whether or not it's DeFi, decentralized finance, and everybody's going to have their own underwriting criteria, the borrower behaviors are not going to change. So far, what I'm seeing is the 150 borrower behaviors that are being measured. I haven't seen FICO or lenders add a single new borrower behavior to that pool of 150 from which everybody draws. If fintech, traditional banks, everybody is drawing from those 150 borrower behaviors. So that it might happen in the future, but I'm telling you right now, that list that you have, if you went to the boot camp, you've got it. If you don't have it, go to getfundablebehaviors.com, getfundablebehaviors.com. Download the list of 150 borrower behaviors that are being measured by every single lender is drawing their borrower behaviors from among these 150. There may be additional ones to be added over time. Most of them are coming from this pool of borrower behaviors. We will see you next week. Same fundable time, same fundable channel. Have a blessed day. And let's take this live now to the Get Fundable Funding Hackers Q&A. Thank you, Sky. Let's head over there.